mental floor with children. They don't come with a volume control.
No, he's asleep, but I've got a son in his 30s, and he's talking to my daughter.
Is he?
Yes.
I've told him before about that. What's his name? What's his name?
I'd rather have a break, a night off.
What's his name?
William.
What do you mean,
Andre, my son. Andre.
Andre?
Yeah.
That's a nice name, isn't it?
I called him after Andre Previn.
Oh, really? Not Andre the hairdresser?
He was with me a fella at the time in 1969. And I named him, I like the name.
It's a nice name.
It's French for Andrew.
Yes. I've got a couple of other French names here, actually. I'm not going to share them with you.
Pauline's supposed to be French, isn't it?
Pauline?
Mm.
Probably. It sounds a bit French, doesn't it?
Mm. Like I call you Ma, don't I?
Ma?
My colour.
Yes, well...
Sure,
I'm going to share something with you now. My computer access code is Malon.
Oh.
Sounds like a duck, doesn't it? And it's interesting, it does sound like a duck, and I'll tell you for why, Pauline, because I walk like a duck.
I'll tell you something, you haven't half mellowed over the years. You used to be quite fierce when you were on other shows.
Fierce?
I used to dread phoning. But on here, since you're getting older and wiser, you've calmed down a lot. You used to be a bit worse than Mike Dickin you used to be.
Really?
You did, didn't you? On the other programme.
Oh, I'm quite happy to accept that, but... And
I like you now.
You like me now?
I'm partly joined to you. I ring you a lot now. I wish you was on more often in the week.
Well, I tell you something. David, who's joined to me during this transmission as my producer, take a bow, David. Say hello.
Good morning, everyone.
There we are. It's the lovely Pauline. David.
He's a lovely boy as well.
Yes. So David has researched your name.
Yes, the name Pauline is actually from the Latin word for small.
I know. I've got a key ring with that on. But
What,
I'm
small?
I'm slim, slender, but about 5'5", 6 tall.
That's not small.
5'6".
Yeah, but I'm about a size 10.
5'6" and a size 10 is slender.
Slender.
Yes, definitely. So you're true to your name.
I am. I always have been. I've never had to diet.
Isn't that
I'm always
strange?
on the go.
Isn't that strange? Your future is in your name.
It is.
Isn't that strange? Thank goodness I wasn't called Ethelcart, the manager.
Or Ethelred.
Ethelred. The eternally never ready.
They're never ready. I am. You were mentioning about the BBC.
The BBC, the television, 30 quid extra for watching old shows we've seen and paid for before?
Well, it doesn't warrant this increase, judging by some of the rubbish put out. Do you remember recently that Davina McCall was reported in the papers to have received $1 million for the appalling chat show she did? They've actually...
Was that on the BBC, was it?
Yes.
I remember now. I saw it. It was putrid, wasn't it?
And do you know what? They should take back some of the money. They have, that show's been out.
the UK under the Pauline party says, give us back the money. We was robbed.
And also, I don't know if you remember, this was in last year in the papers, that some of the bigwigs' wives were driving around in the company beat cars.
Oh,
they were with our money, licence payers' money. They were using the cars. And
every radio station I've worked for, somebody has been abusing the minicab account. Oh, really? It sort of goes to the territory.
Did you read not so long ago about the vastly overpaid TV and presenters and radio ones that were getting thousands of pounds? And I don't think they warrant it either. Somebody had leaked the list out of them.
But their agent believes they're worth it, And although it sounds trite, it's absolutely true.
In Friday's paper, I've got the cutting here.
Yeah.
It states that the Beeb are sending a team of doctors to diagnose and treat folk on the UK streets, and they will visit a different town and city each week in a new series called Street Doctor early next year. And I think it's appalling that we should be paying the wages of these doctors. They're already quite well off, and imagine the amount of money they're going to get. And I think it's a spin-off of this one show that Nadia did, and Adrian chose, because they sent doctors in the street, and it was quite a success. But why should we be paying for these doctors?
I don't know, it's all in the name of entertainment, isn't it? And
But I'll tell you something.
But is it just?
It's not justified. I'll tell you something, I shall refuse my licence fee. I'd rather go to court than see all these people.
I wonder how many people would be prepared to do that.
Well, we should all do it. James Wales against the licence fee, isn't it?
Okay, well, what do we get for it?
We don't get much.
Don't get much at all. Not that David did.
I think you and Mike Dickin and James Whale and Mike Mendoza are the best. We get more value for money out of one of your shows than we get in a whole year of some of these.
Oh, I wish you'd said that when I had a microphone open. I could record that.
You've got
go to my boss. I could say.
Mike.
I could say to him.
Say that again, Pauline.
Aren't we? As I call you regular.
Yeah.
I can't resist your voice.
Pauline, it's all coming out now, isn't it?
It is, because you used to do the dating show, I know.
Midnight Encounters. And you would not believe the amount of times people said to me, what time does that go on then?
Well, it's called midnight, isn't it? Stupid things. But anyway, I'm still looking for
You're still looking for a chap?
Toy boy. Got to be energetic, intelligent, like sport.
Like sport.
The intelligence, the looks is not as important, it's the intelligence and the sense of fun.
Sense of fun. Yeah.
Somebody like you, probably.
Do you know, having interviewed, because that's what I used to do, hundreds of people, it's never been about looks.
No.
It was always someone, there was a compatibility, a certain something, I don't know. It would be cheap of me to try and nail it down to one thing, but it was extraordinary. Every time, that's what they were talking about. They were talking about someone they could sit down and gel with, yes. And
I think that's more important, because it's very hard often to get high intelligence with looks, get the both together. It'd be a nice thing, but I'd rather go for the intelligence and sense of fun than the looks of a person. Somebody who's kind, caring, I'd rather go for that.
Well, I've got to tell you, hand on heart, Pauline, I know it's diminutive, Pauline, you know. What is the maximum of Pauline, if Pauline is diminutive?
Well, I've been in your studios, you know.
You've what?
I've been in the studios in May.
No.
I was there for Mike Mendoza's show. He's got photos of me.
Has he really?
Mm.
And you said to me it wasn't about being a love god.
You haven't seen me, have you? Quite
so,
a lot.
Is that why he's not on tonight?
He's on holiday, isn't he?
Well, I think he's gone to Switzerland to count his money.
Well, they've all come to the best radio station now, haven't they?
Pauline.
They've all moved over, haven't they?
They have, actually, because this is a growth industry, in an industry which is not growth.
I have it tuned in permanent, kitchen in the bedroom.
What could we have? Could we have a nickname for you, like Paulina?
That would do me fine.
David, so we have Paulina. What do you think?
I think at the moment it's poor Mike and poor David, not Paulina.
I'm a bit of a daredevil, me.
Oh, Pauline, let's not go there. It's nice to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed. If you'd like to be part of the programme, love to hear from you. I don't understand why people get wound up about race relations, countries, etc. It just isn't important. There are 3 billion women in the world, and they are beautiful. It's funny, actually, when I said that, I just looked across and the front page of The Sun was on the side, and there's a picture of Kate Moss, and I thought, isn't it strange? Black stockings, because that's what she's wearing in the photograph. I thought they've been with us for about 100 years, haven't they? Bizarre.
Hopefully not the ones Kate Moss is wearing.
That's true. But she goes to the same underwear shop that a girlfriend of mine goes to. And I just wanted to keep going there, you know what I mean? Perhaps I shouldn't say any more than that.
You have to stop by and start shopping with them.
You don't think I do? Big Geordie got in touch with the programme. He said, "Morning, Mike." "Hello, Geordie." He said, "Elvis sang it. We're caught in religious trap of which we can't get out. Pope Benedict knows to his cost." Yeah, that's interesting. That's applying to contemporary culture a great truth, which is terrific. One from Emmett in Derry. "Hello, Emmett." He said, "Why can't the airways be open for us proper theological debate between the Pope, Paisley and other religious leaders?" Do you think they would accept the challenge? I suspect not. I've got a name on this one, so I can't read it out to you. "Mike, I've got a terrible dilemma. I have a friend who's Asian, and a stupid situation has arisen where my brother, my mate Gindies, can't get on. I say phone James Whale. That's the man to speak to." Let's talk to Julian in London. This is Sport Talk. You've brought some more emails in. Thank you. Is there no beginning to your thrust? Oh, no. Hello, Julian.
Good morning, Mike.
How are you doing?
Tired.
Tired?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living then? Or do you
Oh, no, I'm at home reinstalling operating system on my laptop and that.
Oh, that can go on, can't it?
Oh, it goes on for hours, doesn't it?
I think the bloke who devised that should be taken outside and smacked. And it's no easier with the mobile phone, is it?
Oh, no. Well, I've got a PDA. And
Don't you come in here with your dirty talk?
Oh, that locks up now and then, so that gives me grief. All this technology, and it never works half the time. So there you go.
I wonder how much money we spend in default mode. You know, you've got the phone, you've got the computer, you're online and stuff, and you don't know you're spending. Do you understand? He's gone. He gone. Lisa is in Essex. Hello, Lisa. This is all going terribly well, isn't it, really? Debbie's in Purley. Hello, Debbie.
Hello.
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 I'm still here.
Oh, thank you for being there, and thank you most of all. No, we just went in. It was interesting. We had a call about how much money we spend on the phones, unknowingly, and it just went down.
How much I've been spending on this call, actually, to wait to speak to you. But anyway, that's...
Well, I'm glad you have. I'm glad you thought it was worth hanging on.
Yeah.
What did you want to say?
Well, originally, I'll ring you up to tell you a joke in light of all this religious talk. But then you started talking about the TV licence, so I just thought I'd tell you what I thought about that first.
Right.
And you're right. I mean, it is a waste of money because they just show repeats of everything from like months ago, and then they also repeat stuff that was on 2 days before as well.
Well, I was watching. You know, I was watching the other night, and this isn't, a witch hunt for the BBC. I think it was channel ITV1 and what was it? Midsummer Murders.
Right.
God, they've been on so many times. I can join in the dialogue. I'm sort of part of the crew.
But I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, my point I want to make: why don't the BBC just show adverts like all the other channels? They'd create much more, even more money than they get now from advertising. I know adverts are a bit of a pain in the middle of a programme, but then they wouldn't need to take the money, and then we'd have the choice of what we wanted to watch.
Sure.
And then the other point as well is the BBC have got onto this thing like Big Brother and everywhere else where, like you've got...
Well, that's Channel 4.
Maria programme, which is a good programme, right?
Yeah, but can I ask you a question on that? Every week, Graham Norton, bless him...
Oh, he's lovely, I like
him. He
him.
trots out and he says, Andrew Lloyd Webber's production... How much advertising is that show going to get?
Exactly.
And it's all down to us, because we're licence payers.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, they then, you can phone in and text who you want to win, and that's how they're making the money for the programme.
Oh, you know that.
For all the stupid people, all these kids, right, who've got nothing better to do with their mobile phones, how can they justify us paying for a TV licence and then putting it up by another 30 quid, right? And then they have a programme like Maria and Come Dancing.
Which is I mean, the industry expression is self-funding. In other words, they generate an income by themselves. But how dare they ask us for another 30 quid?
I know. I mean, and you've got no choice. If you have a television, say you have a television, but you don't watch BBC One or listen to any BBC radio, and you just watch cable or ITV or whatever, you would still be in trouble for having a television.
Oh, absolutely.
You haven't even got a choice.
No.
You know, and what can you do about it?
Well, I tell you, the last time this happened, I think it was in 1600 and so to death. It was called Dick Turpin.
Right. Yeah.
I've got to take a little pause. It was nice to talk to you, Debbie. Thank you very much. Live from Purley. The first London airport was at Purley, wasn't it? Terrific. I think the luggage is coming just about now.
On 1089 and 1053 AM and Freeview Channel 723. Talk Sport.
What a great track that is. It reminds me of all those nights I used to do at the Lyceum in the best disco in town. That was, oh dear. We had a good time there. We had a good time after, actually. But I don't want to boast. Let's talk to Julian. Hello, Julian. Welcome to Talk Sport.
Oh, hello. I've never spoken to you before.
Well,
talk about technology, and I thought I got cut off and the phone hung up.
Isn't that bizarre, isn't it? It's happened a couple of times tonight. I don't know what it is. I think it's an electricity surge.
Oh, right.
I think it might be that, or they put the battery in the wrong way round. Anyway.
I rang up about the BBC and the licence fee.
Yeah, an extra 30 quid, but the issue comes to the front, I would suggest to you, Jerry. Sorry, Julian. Can't speak. We've already paid for these shows, and they've been repeated 3 or 4 times, so what are we paying for?
Well, I mean, are they trying to say that they're giving us all these extra channels on Freeview so they feel that they can get away with justifying the increase in money? I mean, they're all repeats on Freeview, aren't they?
I looked, and I'm not just talking about BBC now, I'm just talking about satellite channels, and I was looking the other day, and I thought, I've seen this. What are we paying for?
Oh, no. I mean, there's free interactive channels on there, on the Freeview platform, that 90% of the time I've got nothing on. Now, funny enough, over the last 2 days, they've had the golf on live on that channel.
That's a specialist statue, isn't it? Really,
yeah. Golf
live, men watching golf. I mean, my goodness me, how mindless can it be?
If you compare it to Sky, though, what's the average? I mean, you justify the licence fee. The average person is probably paying £40 a month on average for Sky.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about, £40 or about £480, £500 a year.
That's right.
That's on average. I mean, it's probably higher than that.
Probably. So it's a tenner a week.
Yeah. So I would then sort of like say, well, I value the BBC licence fee at probably maybe 10 or 15% of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that comes to about 60 quid.
I suspect what we're suffering from here is an awareness of our own, parameters and saying, excuse me, what are we paying for anyway?
Yeah.
Because if you were just watching independent channels, you were listening to independent radio, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I know it sounds obvious, but I think it's relevant in the parameters of what we're talking about. What are we paying for?
Well, I think you're paying for nothing, really, Mike. I mean, as you say, you're getting repeats and everything.
Absolutely. Programmes have been on more than that bloody curry I had last night.
Yeah, but, I mean, this comes back into the technology thing. Apart from listening to radio, which you can listen on the internet as well,
yeah.
I actually watch a lot of TV on the internet.
Do you?
Oh yeah, I mean...
Is the quality of the signal, is good?
There are some places you can go, if you know where to go, where if you get on early, you can watch, say for instance, tomorrow, you've got the Man United game on Sky, which I think is a pay-per-view thing. Now, if you look on the internet, you can pick that up on, one of these Middle Eastern channels, and you'll find that the commentary is in English as well.
Which is always a bonus.
Yeah, and it's legit, it's legal to watch,
But strange enough, you've still got to have a license if you're watching, because what do they call it? It's a license to view or something, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you buy a computer with a built-in TV card, you have to sign this form, for your name and address and that for a license fee. Because they say, oh, well, you bought a computer with a TV card in it. All of a sudden, you get the TV licensing people sending you a letter, asking, have you got a license? If not, you should buy one.
The one thing I've noticed as a spectator, I've been in the communications industry, for years, but one of the things I've noticed is that when something is good, people don't question what it costs.
No.
When it's a bit crappy, they're very quick to say, what are we paying for?
Yeah.
And I don't hold that up as a terrible old chestnut, but it just as a constant that in 20 years, people have been doing and reacting the same way, but it's such a liberty to think that they want another 30 quid, the BBC, for the same old nonsense. I can't believe it.
I'd rather pay £50, Mike, and have a good meal once a month. To be honest.
You can take me out and do a few quid. That's all right. I'll bring my mate James. That would take him more than 20 quid. No, that'd be a bit... James Whale, he's specialist at leaving his credit card behind.
I thought you can invite everyone except Mike Mendoza, because I'll imagine he eats a lot.
I don't know. I don't know him that well actually, but I know James and.
Oh, he likes his curries.
He loves his curries.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to the curry ball. I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. It's on for about another week or so, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but he loves his curries. He just adores them, and you're sitting across the table from him, and they bring it, and he looks really, when kids get excited when it's birthday cake,
Yeah.
That's exactly how it is with him. He goes, oh, lovely. Nice to talk to you. Thanks very much, Julian. Jerry's in Glasgow. Hello, Jerry.
Good morning.
Welcome to talksport. What's happening with you?
Is it Sunday morning or is it Monday morning yet? No,
I'm not absolutely sure, actually. I don't want to be drawn. I think it's... what is... It's the early hours. It's the early hours of 2:42 on Sunday. Is it Sunday?
It seems like Monday.
Yes, it's about to be Sunday.
Can I just, first of all, take my hat off to your man of talking about aggravated trespass. I've had a major fight with these people for years and years.
What, the BBC?
And refused to let them into my house and everything. Because I don't watch their channels, I don't watch anything. And I really like the way he's approached it, and good on him. But that's not the point I was making.
Mm-hmm.
I would doubt if there's any good self-respecting members of the Catholic Church up at the moment, because I'll be getting ready to go to chapel tomorrow. But the one thing that I would say is I would think it would be pretty impossible for the Pope to apologise for any remarks he made, because I think it was Vatican II, I'm not sure, Vatican II or III, I'm not too sure which one it was, but it was, the law was made that whenever he spoke on matters of the church or religion, that his words were infallible. So whatever he said must be considered infallible and therefore non-returnable and non-apologetic.
Well,
and I'd like to see what everybody thinks about that,
Yeah, well,
it's not my agreement. It's not what I agree with.
No, but let's just see if anyone wants to run with that.
I mean, that's not my.
I think.
Speaking as a good devout communist, I would like to...
Round of applause, a devout communist.
Yeah, there's a lot of us come out of the Catholic Church, you know, at one time.
Yeah. No, I can imagine people would argue the point and maybe. Shall I just do my disc jockey type thing and say 08704 20 20 20? There we are. I've just said it. Jerry, it's nice to talk to you. Is there anything else you wanted to thrash out? Okay, good to talk. Thanks very much indeed. I'm Mike Allen. This is talkSPORT, coast to coast.
talkSPORT, the radio station for blokes who have unashamedly embraced the concept of male grooming.
Yeah.
On 5 blades with another one at the back for safety. DAB, digital radio, or Sweeney Todd's rusty but effective cutthroat razor, 1089 and 1053 AM.
I had to laugh.
talkSPORT.
It's 15 minutes away from 3 o'clock. I just thought I'd mention that actually in case, like myself, you know, you're sitting in the back of a cab wanting to get somewhere and you think, how much longer? It's extraordinary business, isn't it? The amount of people that are around. I can remember 10 years ago and there were hardly any people around on a certain time, you know, like a Friday night or something, you know, certain areas. That's bizarre. What are these people doing up at this time of night? I think running a cab has got to be the best way of making a few quid, because everyone wants to be somewhere, but you can't drink and drive, and you can't use whatever and drive. So, everybody needs to go somewhere. Last year I did 850 miles in a year. What does that tell you? Perhaps I shouldn't have said that. Mick's in Birmingham. Hello, Mick.
Oh, mate, I'm actually in Oxford now, but...
You're in Oxford? Well, hang on, I'll call you when you're in Cornwall.
No, I was in Cornwall a couple of weeks ago as well on holiday, funnily enough.
Really? It's a nice part of the world, isn't it? But it's very wild. I mean, because all that weather comes in from the West Coast. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I love it.
It's absolutely gorgeous, yeah. First time as well, that was.
Really?
In Cornwall. Yeah, it was, yeah. I'm ashamed to say.
Well, no, don't be ashamed. I mean, it's a step, isn't it? I can remember when I was a kid, we used to go on... My parents used to take me to Devon, and then we used to open the back door and let me get out, and they used to drive off quickly. Yeah. I'm pulling your leg. So you want to talk about the Quran?
Well, sort of, yeah. I just think, look, you know, everyone's worrying about terrorism and Muslims and whatnot. I think the biggest threat comes from immigration. And I don't just mean Britain, I mean Europe itself. If you look on the map, like, where the Western world, we're only a spot really compared to the rest of the world. And the rest of the world is majority Africa and Asia and South America. And I just think, and I mean, I'm not a racist, but I'm just patriotic. And this goes for Scots, Welsh, English, Spanish. But I just think, look, we've been... David Blunkett said it a few years ago. It's like a feeling of being swamped. Do you know what I mean? By all the cultures. I know that sounds racist, and in a way it's wrong, but in a way...
But isn't it... I tell you what's interesting, Mick, is that you're in Birmingham, you call me, you're on the national radio station, and you can make that observation, and nobody says, that's not fair.
I know, it's beautiful democracy. I know, I agree with you as well, yeah.
You know, it's a bit special, isn't it? You wouldn't get away with that in America.
Yeah, but I just hope we don't lose that. Say, for instance, in 50, 60 years, 100 years... The way the immigration's going, if half the populations are Muslims, and fair enough if they are, they're going to want certain rules because they're going to say, we've got our right to what we want to do. And
well, why, hang on a minute, why should they? Because when it comes to head counts, the dominant religion is Protestant.
But is it going to be like that in 100 years?
Well, no, it probably won't, you know, because stuff shifts and changes, you know. I mean, for all we know, there could be a huge upsurge in Catholicism.
I don't think there will,
No, I mean, but I'm saying, for all we know, it could happen. It could happen.
I'm just thinking, immigration, how it is now, not just in Britain, Europe as well. I just feel like there's too many different cultures coming in, and our history and our heritage is under threat because we're not that big. But Europe is not that big, you know. And really, this is what we're about. We've got to.
But do you see our culture under threat? Do you see the power of opinion?
Yeah, because I don't think it's going to evolve the way our culture should. I know it. I just think it's changing, but I don't think it's changing for the good. Because, say, for instance, I know we've had Normans, Romans, Saxons. You look at just European heritage.
Oh, we were the shop to buy place, yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's slowly going to start changing now.
Well, it has to change, doesn't it? It has to, because it can never stay. Nothing is a constant, is it?
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I mean, 2,000 years we've been on these holes now. You know, I mean, possibly longer.
Yeah, but you know, you mentioned earlier on, Mick, the Saxons, the Normans, the Romans. Yeah. You know, what we are is an amalgam of what's gone through these portals. You know, when it comes to invasion of these islands. And that's been the case, actually, because the Normans were actually Vikings, because the Normans were from northern France, and they went to France as Vikings, and they said, we'll protect you if you give us lands. And they said, all right, then.
but that was only a power base, really. I'm on about just everyday people who are coming into the country now. I mean, when the Normans comes, it was rich families taking over at the top.
That's right, because... I think most people regard a man on a horse as a Norman.
Yeah. If I just say, look, simple maths now, I mean, this is people are going to be listening to it and thinking I'm a real bad racist. It's not the case. I'm just saying simple maths now. They say 260,000 expats are leaving this country every year, all these British Isles, and